What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. I've got some properly brewed Schisandra here. Schisandra is something that I've been talking about for years. I love it. It is hands down within my top 3 herbs. If I had to go to a deserted island, right, and I had to pick 3 herbs to go with me, Schisandra would definitely be one of them. And although Schisandra is a berry, it's classified as a herb within the traditional Chinese medicine system of the tonic herbs. I hope that makes sense. So Schisandra is very special in comparison to other herbs, medicinal mushrooms, etc. Because if you follow the traditional Chinese medicine material about Schisandra, it's able to bring balance to and tonify the 3 treasures of Chinese healing, which are the Jing, the Shen, and the Qi. These are 3 primordial energies that make up your entire being, your psyche, etc. Catch my drift? Schisandra also is able to balance out and stimulate the 12 main meridian systems, bypass into the extraordinary channels, and actually balances and tonifies the Dantian. Hope that makes sense. So this is a fully rounded tonic right here, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot get much better than Schisandra. So what I do is I take the berries and I grind them down in liquid. The dry berries. Let me see if I have some here. Because unfortunately, many people are not brewing Schisandra properly. So what you want to do, you guys, is you want to take your berries. So what I did with this batch is I took a tablespoon of these dried Schisandra berries, put them in this cup, filled it to the top, almost to the top, attached it to this blender attachment, and then blended it down in the Vitamix for around 30 seconds until it was a pulp. If you do not break down the Schisandra and pre-grind it, what will end up happening is that your end product will not look like this. This looks like kind of like a grapefruit color, right? You can't really see through it. There's like a cloudiness to it. So you see how all of those little pieces have been pulverized? Those are little bits of Schisandra. So if you were to take whole berries, you guys, like this, and not grind them, and throw them into the tea kettle and turn it on, the end product would not look like this. In fact, you'd be able to see through it. You're not pulling out sufficient nutrients and the essential oils, etc., the lignans and all the other antioxidants from your Schisandra if you are not pre-grinding it before you brew it. So I've been promoting that for years as well. I don't see anyone else on YouTube talking about this. They just tell you to take your Schisandra and throw it in some hot water. Ridiculous. So Schisandra is not necessarily the cheapest herb on the market, so get the most out of it, you guys, and pre-grind it before you throw it in your electric or stovetop kettle. You'll know that you've brewed Schisandra properly when it looks like this, and I've even made it darker. The only downside to this, and I can't really call it a downside, is that if you brew it properly, you got to be careful with how much you drink, because this is a stimulant, and it can keep you up. Can make your thoughts race if you take too much. So I would start off, if you brew it like this, with just a tiny little cup, you guys, like a regular teacup. You don't really need a whole lot of this. This is so absolutely good for the liver. Everybody's talking about milk thistle. Everybody's talking about the standard go-to liver herbs or tonics. Guys, this is the king when it comes to liver regeneration. This stimulates both stage 1 and stage 2 detoxification. Unlike milk thistle that only stimulates stage 1, it actually ends up having to recirculate through your body the toxins that milk thistle loosens up so that it can be excreted. This binds to it and eliminates it. I hope that makes sense. We've gone over that in the past. I don't want to get into some huge rant. But Schisandra and Shilajit. How long have we been talking about these, you guys, on this channel? These are so crucial. These are literal potions here in the underworld that you can start utilizing. You got to start looking at things like this, like that, you guys. These are literal tools that you can use to upgrade your health. We're living in what appears to be a simulation of sorts, you guys. Your actions create outcomes. If you eat or put the wrong things into your body, you eventually experience the whiplash effect of that, and it's not good. Start putting the potions into your body, the correct things. This is actually Himalayan Shilajit. This is 100% pure Himalayan Shilajit. This is not actually from the pure Himalayan Shilajit company, but it is 100% pure Himalayan Shilajit from the Himalayas up at a higher elevation, right? So I use that. I've got a little bit of Himalayan Shilajit in this container, not a whole lot. Himalayan Shilajit is more expensive than the Siberian. I'm testing this new company, so I'm not going to show the label until I find out if I like it or not. This is just about 7 grams in this little container, right? And then we have 30 grams in this, and this is Siberian Shilajit. So you'll notice there's some differences between Himalayan and Siberian Shilajit. For one, the taste. Siberian Shilajit from the Altai Mountains, etc. This comes from, this form of Shilajit is from, I believe, the Altai Mountains, which is in Russia. Whereas the Himalayan Shilajit comes from the Himalayas, the mountains at a higher elevation. This typically comes from a lower elevation. So Shilajit's found in the Himalayas. It's found in certain parts of the Middle East, I believe, Pakistan, etc. It's found in Russia. So this is a plant material that oozes out of, or between layers of rocks in summer, you guys. And it's thousands of years old, decomposed plant matter, etc., bound to fulvic acid and humic, ulmic acids, etc. This is just 100% bioavailable, a bioavailable mineral soup, if you want to look at it that way. This is remarkably beneficial. So the color is different with Himalayan Shilajit as opposed to Siberian, I've found, and the taste is much different. Let me just take a taste here. I find that the Shilajit from the Himalayas has a little bit more of a smoky flavor. So I love the flavor of Shilajit. But these two right here, you guys, how fucking long have we been discussing these? These are 2 main potions on my channel that we talk about often and that I suggest people look into. So, I mean, these are, like I said earlier, if I was about to be thrown onto a deserted island and I had to pick, 3 herbs, Schisandra would be one of them. You can't really classify Shilajit as an herb, but if it was, I'd take that too. And then I'd probably bring chaga mushroom, those 3. So, again, you guys, look at that color. See how tiny the pieces are that have been broken up? That means that you're properly extracting the nutrients. If the berries haven't been pulverized and broken into almost like a fine powder, it's similar to if you took fucking coffee beans, right? And put it into a coffee maker without grinding them. There's no surface area. You're not gonna pull out the nutrients. You want surface area with Schisandra. So, I'm telling you guys, if you've never taken this before, start off with like a cup that size, right? So, and I don't filter out the sediment. I don't think it's necessary, but some people are really anal about that. But look at the color of that. It's a beautiful, like, grapefruit color. There you have it, you guys. There you have it. This Himalayan Shilajit that I'm having right now actually has kind of like chocolate tones to it. It's delicious. And this has a little bit of bitterness to it, but it's delicious. So Schisandra is very special, you guys, because it actually stimulates the 5 major organ systems of the traditional Chinese medicine system. They classify differently, or things differently than Western medicine, allopathic medicine. This is basically both of these are full body tonics. So what's interesting about not only the Schisandra but the Shilajit is that it restores the 3 treasures of Chinese healing, but they seem to work primarily or really effectively, especially the Shilajit, on the Jing levels, which are basically like your energy reserves. And when your energy reserves are low, you start to age rapidly, right? So these both build Jing and tonify Jing, but I think the Shilajit's a little bit better at that. Whereas this is the total body tissue cleanser. It harmonizes everything. This is great stuff, you guys. So, Those of you who have been watching my channel for years know that I've been talking about these for years, and I still am just as enthusiastic about them as I was years ago. Why? Because they work. Why? Because they are valid tools in a broken, unhealthy world that can help you get from 0 to 60 in a short amount of time. Cleanse your tissues, you guys. Get the minerals into your system, and may peace be with you all.